Hello and howdy, folks. Here to talk about the new concert film, Metallica, Through the Never. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fine theatrical experience. I have no problems giving it a 7. It was in 3D. I thought the 3D was great. It looked great. I felt that it, added to the experience. Felt like I was there. I thought it did a really good job at delivering a excellent concert experience, and then, a great document of the band, at this time. I just really enjoyed it. I'm kind of surprised. I don't know why I wanted to see Metallica Through the Never. I guess because I was a teenager when Metallica was, monstrously huge. I think I was around the age of 12 or so when Enter Sandman was, huge. Honestly, I know why I went to the movie is because when Enter Sandman was, big everywhere, on MTV, just on the radio, when it was big, it scared the hell out of me. I thought it was, kind of terrifying, especially the video, maybe just because I would always have to stay up and watch videos after Saturday Night Live was over, and it was so late, and they'd play that Enter Sandman, and it would just terrify me, it would just terrify me. I definitely was not into that style of music, and it was just heavy and raw, and it just, I just thought it was the devil, it just scared the hell out of me. So I kind of, was hoping that Through the Never would scare me. I was hoping to feel scared again, and again to hold on to that, nostalgic feel. Even though I can't say that I'm a big fan of Metallica. I don't really know any of their songs save for 2 or 3 of them, and I'm not even confident enough to say the other 2 names besides Enter Sandman. I just thought that, they were, regardless, a part of my upbringing, and have always made an indelible mark. And I, will admit that Metallica is probably one of the biggest bands in the world, and the biggest, perhaps arguably in their genre. So again, I wanted to see the movie, and I was not in any way disappointed. I would say that if you were a Metallica fan, that, it's going to be great. I imagine that you want to see it. I think it would be, just a perfect movie for Metallica fans. I thought the music sounded great. It was directed by Nimrod Antel. I can't tell you many of his other works. I know he's a music video director. He also directed Predators, the Robert Rodriguez produced Predator movie. Let's see, what else did he do? I can't remember. But anyway, I thought that, it was well directed. It was right there. You got the best seat in the house. One thing I also enjoyed about this that you don't see with too many other concert films, and the only other person I know that to have seen this movie kind of complained about it, is they do show a lot of audience, interaction or reaction, whatever. There's a lot of audience in this movie. And I, for one, enjoyed that. I like to watch people. People watching is one of my favorite activities. People watching at a concert, at a concert it doesn't get much better. You've just got everyone in their own little zone. And it was great to see this, throng of humanity, reacting as one. I enjoyed that, and of course I enjoyed the random spotting of just people incredibly fucked up. You'd see a bunch of people raging, and then you just see this guy, it just he has no idea where he is, and now he's in a movie. So I enjoyed seeing the audience. I liked the stage production. It looked, it was just very hard rock. It was cheesy a little bit, but I think a concert, a heavy rock concert should be a little bit cheesy. It should flirt with being Spinal Tap-esque. I appreciate that cheese. There's definitely some cheese here to be had. In the this whole stage production that they got going on. I mean, it was really quite a production. I don't know how long ago they actually toured with this show, but it was a good show. Throughout, to interlock the songs, and maybe also the other, the one guy I've known who's seen this also complained about this. I guess he could be said that he's more of a Metallica fan than I am. That there is a story. It's not in depth. It's relatively silent. Features Dane DeHaan, the main guy, I guess you could say, the bad guy from Chronicle, soon to be the new Green Goblin in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So you've got Dane DeHaan. He's a roadie for the band. He's sent on a mission to retrieve a bag that we're never, let into the joke, what's in the bag. And so he has to go out and get this bag, and it turns out that outside the Metallica concert is just a hellscape, an apocalyptic, something's happened hellscape, and he's got to survive, traipsing through the city to find this bag. Which leads to fantastic, heavy metal, hard rock imagery. I mean, you've got fire, you've got, skeletons, you've got corpses, you've got demons, you've got massive amounts of police, like, being beat down by, massive amounts of punks, and you've got, warfare in the streets. It was all very heavy and hard rock, and it went great, I thought, with the music. Now, it was kind of just alternate music video, to their established music videos, but I enjoyed it. I thought the imagery was good. I had a fun time with it. But I suppose if I'm looking at it from the viewpoint of a Metallica fan, the music does kind of take a back seat, in those moments because of the special, the sound effects and whatnot are over the music. Again, the Metallica concert becomes, the ambient score of the film, of the story in the film. So again, I could see where a fan would be disappointed by that. But I thought it worked very well together. I think it really builds. I have yet to experience a concert film where people treat it like a concert. That is my dream, to go see a concert film that is so good that people forget they're in a movie theater and instead act as if they were, at a concert where, I wouldn't mind if someone stood up and danced, even if it were in front of me. If they're dancing at a concert film, then that's incredibly appropriate and, a sign of how good that concert film is. I was kind of hoping for that to happen. I keep waiting for that to happen, and I don't want it to be me. I mean, I felt that even I could have done this. There was only 4 people in the theater, including myself, and it was a couple. There was a couple, I guess, date night or whatever, and then me and another dude. And when I walked in, the dude was like front and center. I got there a little bit early, 5 to 7 minutes early. He was already there and looked comfortable, and when I saw him, he was a massive dude, bald, looked like what I thought would be a, super Metallica fan. And I thought, oh man, this guy is going to flip out. I want to sit with him in my field of view, which I did, and he didn't really. I guess he kind of got a little bit head bangerish, but not really. It was more like a head bob but I really kind of wanted him to flip out, but he didn't. And I was getting into it. There was a time towards the end of the, film where Hetfield just like starts screaming over and over again, are you alive? Are you alive? And whatever, I wanted to scream with the audience. I wanted to scream, but whatever. I guess I didn't want to make a scene, but I just thought it was very moving. I got into it. I guess after watching 90 or listening to 90 minutes of Metallica play at their loudest and their best greatest hits, I'm sure you're going to get wrapped up in it somewhat. But I certainly didn't expect to, fist pump, which I did. I will, say that much. No one sat in back of me, so I didn't really mind because no one could see me. But I definitely pumped my fist with the music. I thought it was definitely worthy. It had to be done. I just enjoyed it. It's nothing fantastic. It was a good theatrical experience. The 3D was good. It took me to the best seat in the house. I really felt that I experienced it. I probably would never go to a Metallica show just because I'm sure even a bad seat in the house is probably 30 to $50, I would imagine. But here I got the best seat in the house. It was for $12 and say, well, now I can, in a way, I've seen Metallica in concert. At least I wouldn't say that to a Metallica fan because they probably hurt me. But I think I could say that, I feel like saying that. So yeah, it was a good time and a good, document and of the band. It was delightfully cheesy in places, which I think a good, rock concert should be. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it other than that I really enjoyed it. And of course, a Metallica fan is going to flip out, I think, about it. Because even me, who is not a Metallica fan, pretty much thoroughly enjoyed it. So I think a true fan would love it, flip out. Okay, I think I've said my piece there. That's Metallica Through the Never. I saw it in 3D, and I'm giving it a solid 7. Thanks much.